We are live. Third Warrior Shield Foundation special. And tonight, folks, boy, it's a good one. We have with us, again, Chance Showell, the president of the Warrior Shield Foundation. And joining him tonight is one of the artists that will be performing at the Warrior Weekend in September, Sean Holcomb. Man, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss this. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. We're going to talk about the Warrior Shield, how they got connected, what the Warrior Shield is actually doing to help veterans, first responders, Gold Star families, and other veteran organizations. We'll talk all about the Warrior Weekend. That's what this is all about. You can donate to them. We'll give you all that information. So stay tuned for that. Jim, on this special episode of what?
Live from the Patriots Prayer Network studios. It is Warrior Shield Wednesday.
Yep.
On Two Guys, One Coup.
Be right back. Again, good evening, folks. Welcome to our third Warrior Shield Foundation special. Let's hear from Warrior Shield, and we're going to get Sean and Chance right up here. Be right back.
The Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or connecting them by our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hard-working, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team-building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
That is right. Uh-oh, where's Jim? What happened to you, brother?
I disappeared for some reason.
Yeah, see, Jim does all sorts of stuff, Chance. Let me tell you a little bit about who's on tonight with us first, and then we'll bring him up. We've got Chance Showell. He's the president of the Warrior Shield Foundation and a tireless advocate for Americans veterans. He's got a background in both military service and nonprofit leadership. He has dedicated his life to creating meaningful change for those who served. Under his leadership, the Warrior Shield Foundation has expanded its reach, offering vital support in areas like mental health, employment, and reintegration. Known for his strategic vision and unwavering support. Chance is a boots on the ground kind of guy. He is the president, again, of the Warrior Shield Foundation. Also with him tonight, great to have him here, is Sean Holcomb. Who is he? He's a rising force in country music, known for his powerful vocals, heartfelt songwriting, and down-to-earth authenticity. Hailing from Central Florida, Sean's sound blends traditional country roots with modern grit, drawing influence from legends like Chris Stapleton and Cody Jinks. Very similar, better voice, I think, if you ask me. With songs that resonate deeply with working class America, veterans and patriots alike. He has shared the stage with country greats like Charlie Daniels, Trace Atkins, and he is going to be performing at the Warrior Weekend this September. Jim, waste no more time. Bring him up if you don't mind. We've had him sit there for hours. Uh-oh. I don't know what, Chance, we had talked about this off air, but you said Jim does stuff. Well, you see what he does. He makes people disappear. He's a magician, basically.
He's magic, man.
He's magic.
Just magic.
He's absolutely magic. Welcome back, Chance. Welcome.
It's been a rough couple of days, guys.
To the show. It has been a rough couple of days for Jim. So we appreciate you all coming back on for this third special. Sean, again, welcome to the show. We fortunately got to meet Sean briefly last year at the Warrior Weekend. I'll let Chance kind of go into that and how that all took place. But now he's going to be performing a full concert, probably 2 hours, right? Isn't it, Sean?
Whatever y'all say.
Yeah. Folks, while we're doing that, scrolling across the bottom, you'll see warriorshield.org. You can go there right now. You can donate. You can buy your tickets. Whatever it takes, every dollar counts. We'd love to see you there in September. It's between September 5th and 7th in Orlando, Florida, at the beautiful Rosen Center. And that's the truth. What a great location and a great venue to be at. So you can go there and donate. And also you can follow Sean at SeanHolcomb.com as well. Folks, again, welcome. Chance, tell us how you and Sean got together, how this all happened, and what's taking place this year. It's big news. Things are going.
It really is. We're stepping it up a notch this year. You know, we so first let's talk about how I came to meet Sean. Vice president of the foundation, Steve Fossen, who you guys know. He had got tickets to Judson's Live, which is a wonderful concert, dinner, drinking venue that's attached to the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center in beautiful downtown Orlando. It's actually a beautiful joint. So he said, some guy named Sean Holcomb's playing. We don't know who he is, but I got tickets for Wendy's birthday. We're going to go. So we got there, and here's this country looking guy with the long hair, and he's got a guitar and some fiddle player. And next thing I know, he grabs a beer bottle off the table next to him and starts playing this on his. I'm like, how is he doing this with a beer bottle? Then he comes out with this. If you saw the movie "Oh Brother Wore Out," though, the song Bottom Brothers, and I'm like, where's his voice coming from? Anyway, we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. The place was packed, and Sean is such a great guy. At the end of the show, he and his fiddle player are standing out there, and he literally has taken the time to meet and greet everybody that wanted to stop and talk to him. To me, Steve had slipped Sean one of our business cards for the foundation, and this was just Sean. Wasn't it like the weekend before the event that you and I talked on the phone after that?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. It was within a week, maybe two tops.
Maybe. So we started talking, and we kind of hit it off, and he said, I don't have any gigs booked, and I'd like to come and hang out with you. I said, well, shoot, man, bring your guitar. And that's what you guys saw of him just getting up. I think he did 2 songs, Sean. And then of course he was up on stage with Bo Bice and Ryan Weaver and all of them singing together. And so that's it in a nutshell, man. Now Sean is part of the Warrior family. He's going to be performing a full set in September, and I can't wait, man. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be incredible. It's absolutely going to be incredible. Yeah, we needed more. When you were done, Jim can agree. We're like, wait a second. Who is this? Like, I felt terrible not even knowing, because it's such a great talent and great voice and great instrument.
And we've heard Ryan before. We didn't need to hear anymore.
Yeah, we were just Ryan. It's good old Ryan. Love him.
Tough crowd.
Yeah, tough crowd. Yeah. What's that? You broke up there. Yeah, sorry.
Twice on American Idol, you really didn't need to see him again, right? So I mean,
he came in second, for the love of God. You know, second is first loser, right? Isn't that
right? That's
kidding aside.
Wow, easy, Dale. We want to get Bo on here.
I was gonna say.
I know.
We want him on the show too.
He's got a sense of humor, yeah. Anyways, yeah, Bo, I'm kidding, really.
Yeah.
Sean, let's start with you a little bit. You know,
Sure.
how did you get in, first of all, to the profession? When did you know? I mean, how do you know, like, my God, I got this talent and I have this voice and I have this just beautiful instrument that just is like resonates when you hear it. And honestly, if you haven't heard Sean, literally go to SeanHolcomb.com and you literally can hear his music.
Yeah.
It's on Spotify. He's everywhere.
You will not be disappointed.
How did you know, and how did you start your career? And then we'll get into the Warrior Shield and how that's all connected.
Yeah, sure. Well, to answer your first question, when did I know? I still haven't figured it out. And, sometimes as a independent artist, you wonder if you're on the right track or if you picked the right right track at all. But I always joke with people, I was like, if you want a secure lifestyle and make some money, don't get into music.
Yep.
But no, I started playing guitar in church when I was very young, probably about 12, 13, 14, around there when I was learning. And they were kind enough to let me play on the worship team, but I don't think they ever really had me turned up in the mix, if you know what I mean. So I was just up there going through the chords. And then in right around 16, high school, I had enough hours under my belt. I had a couple of bands with my buddies, and we weren't doing anything impressive then. And it just kind of fell away through college, and then I ended up on a cattle ranch in Colorado for a few years. I lived out there working ranch hand on the 3R in Southern Colorado. And that's when I started writing my own music and singing, just for myself. And when I did finally move back to Florida, I had a catalog of songs, and I had a brother that played cello and a sister that played viola. And so for a short period of time, I had this cool little family band thing going. And then, as it goes, people go off to college, or, it's just inevitable. But I decided to just stay with music. And it would be Mardi Gras. So February was my 10-year anniversary of just not working for anybody else and doing this full stream. Wow. So long story short, still.
How many albums? How many albums you got?
I put out one in 2017, and then we went up to Nashville and swung for the fences. We used all the best players we could find for this last record. We recorded up at the Sound Kitchen in the Castle Studio with Billy Smiley. And that record, that was I think out the door, it was just gross amount of money for a 5-song EP, but we had the best players you could get from Garth Brooks band. We had to go through Robert Plant to get his bass player. It was big. And then we went to release the record. It was scheduled out, and it released early 2020, and then everything stopped.
Oh, geez, the time.
Yeah. So it took forever to kind of recoup from that. And then finally I had a good buddy of mine who he's a very well decorated producer out of LA, and he left California, moved his family back down here to Florida. And so he finally got me to come in the studio about 2 weeks ago, and I got the bug again. And so we're doing a full record now.
Nice.
About time, get back into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's
how long does it take you? How long does it take you to write a song? I mean, is it something that half a day? 2 days? How long does it really take for you to get that?
Well, it's funny because, I wish I could answer it because then I would figure out how to do it every time. But the one song that I had, "Let You Leave," which has been it's carried me all over the country. Everyone's doing it for their first dances at weddings, and it was, you know, that song. All I had was the first line, that "Here we are, old friend," and I sat on that line. I chewed on that thing for about 5 years.
Oh wow!
And then one day I sat down on my back porch and wrote that whole song in 10 minutes.
Wow!
So just you don't know. Yeah.
You don't know what inspires you, what happens in your life, what just comes in your mind. You know, to be honest with you, writing music in general, I don't know how people do it. You know, that alone is a talent, and let alone to be able to perform it like you do with your voice and your musical ability is just absolutely astounds me. I can't figure it out. I have no talent, so that's why.
No, get out of here. I think you guys are doing a great job. I couldn't do what you're doing, so
oh my gosh,
you're great.
Yeah. Well, thank you, but
from those of us that literally have no talent. I mean, for my wife and my wedding, when we were dancing together with our song, she just told me to listen to the song.
Oh, no.
I was singing to the song. Just listen to the song, honey.
Yeah, Teresa told me the same thing one year at the Mardi Gras at Universal Studios. Foreigner was playing, and I'm just singing, and she says, "Stop it! Stop it!"
And I can see her saying it.
I could have been a really great front man for an '80s rock band. You know, I mean, I still got more hair than a lot of these '80s rockers do, and in better shape. I'm just tone deaf, and I couldn't do it. So I really admire people that.
Me too.
I mean, Sean's got a great voice, and the music is great. He's a storyteller, right? I mean, and that's what makes it's like Ryan's a great performer, right? I mean, Ryan gets up and leaves everything on stage, and it just Sean is a storyteller. To sit there and be pulled into whatever he's telling you. Like, I gotta say, Sean, I mean, that had I known about that song, you know, "Let You Leave," I probably would have danced to it too at my wedding. But
no kidding.
Man, thank you.
You're right.
I had my my new baby granddaughter Amelia and my youngest daughter. They're living here in the house right now. They bought a new house, needed something bigger because of the first baby. They want a bigger family and everything. And I had brought you up, Sean, on YouTube. And I brought up, you know, "Let You Leave," and she listened to it. And I got to tell you, my little baby granddaughter was in my lap, and I was singing along, and she's just laughing. I thought she was enjoying it. She was probably laughing like, "Papa, I love you, but you can't sing." Stop it.
Let the professional do it.
Dude, what a great moment. That's awesome.
It's funny because
it was, man. So thank you for that, Sean.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Oh,
Chris Stapleton is the perfect
what am I doing?
example because Chris Stapleton's a great storyteller when he sings. I mean, he's there, and that is an excellent example. You do remind me of that Cody Johnson, Chris Stapleton, those singers that it doesn't matter what song they sing. They tell the story, and you know it is them. And it's an excellent example when you compared it to Chris Stapleton, because I see it. I do.
I think it might have been my last management company that wrote that bio. So when you were saying it out there, I was like, does it still say that?
But it's an excellent point, because I enjoy both of those guys, and you remind me a lot of that.
Yeah, it is. You do tell a story when you sing, and your voice literally is mesmerizing, because it's such a, you know, I mean, you know, when you hear people sing, you can, that's Whitney Houston. You could tell by the way she sings, or you could, you know, one way or the other. When you hear your voice, I know it's you. I mean, that's just, you have that unique style to you. It's incredible. I feel like I'm fawning like some sort of fanboy or something. But the truth of the matter is, you know, I do. I mean, it's creepy, probably.
Hey, if you guys have any record industry followers on here, man, this is a great selling point. Y'all are hired.
So, Sean, I got a question for you.
Because
you know, I do a lot of promoting of our event, right? And I'm always posting songs of all the performers. Hey, let's meet this, let's meet that, and everything. So I've had some questions posed to me by some of the female officers that I work with, right? And they wanted me to ask you if you're single.
Gee, I wonder who.
Oh boy. No. Yeah.
You are not.
No.
Okay. So
don't get him in trouble.
Story,
Dale and I'll be at the front stage just screaming. Dale and I'll be screaming.
I guess they're just gonna have to just shrug their shoulders and go, "Oh well, he's taken." So.
That's right.
Yeah. I think she might be watching this right now too. That's good.
Well, you answered it very well, Sean.
That's right.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm not a smart man, but I know the answer correctly.
I know the answer to that one. Yes, sir.
Are you single? No. I mean, it couldn't have been a quicker no. Come on.
Yeah, it's funny though, because
hey,
it's funny though,
Rich is joining us.
Oh,
sounds like you want to date, John.
I mean, no, he's not.
Oh, that's awesome. You get comments on here.
Oh, we do. Yeah, we got some more. Yeah.
What's funny is whenever you're doing this, for a living and you date somebody and inevitably, there comes up, a competition for just attention at shows and, and you're trying to make everyone feel welcome and be honest with everyone. And people be like, dude, you must just have groupies just chasing you around. I'm like, no, our demographic is mostly older dudes and women my mom's age, And I'm like, it's not like it is in the movies. I was like, trust me, they aren't lining up outside or anything like that.
Speaking of that demographic, we're trying to incorporate you guys. Dale, you live here in Florida. Sean, you live in Florida, so you know about the villages.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We know.
Mm-hmm. So that's we need to bring those people on a special bus down for this concert, right? Because number one, it's they're gonna know for sure who Bo Bice is, right? I mean, they're of that age. They're my age, right? That we're watching that. What was it? Season 5? I think it was.
Season 4, I think. 4? Yeah, season 4.
So I mean, they know that, the demographic. Right on, Sean. Yeah,
that's it, man.
I fit that old man demographic.
Have you ever heard Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi said it best when he said, "What is the difference from when you guys were performing in the '80s to now?" When he was with them, I know they're not together now, but he goes, "The underwear has more material now than it did because they were throwing their underwear on stage. It's like the underwear got larger.
A little bit big, yeah. They started throwing tents.
It's funny you say that, Jim, because my uncle who just recently passed away, he lived and worked in Vegas for many, many years. Did you guys see the movie Casino?
Oh yeah.
Oh great.
Yes. Don Rickles played my uncle in the movie. That's who we portrayed it.
Kidding.
No kidding.
Wow. Yeah. So when I was working with the Marshal Service, I was out there on a work trip and he picked me up from the airport and with my partner, he said, "So what do you kids want to do? You want to eat? You want to gamble? What do you want to do?" So we actually went to see Tom Jones,
Oh yeah.
There.
Oh yeah.
We had the VIP seating. It was great. And wouldn't you know it, a pair of underwear goes flying up on the stage, right? So he picks. Well, that's the bitch about getting older. He says, "My get any longer."
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Rich has a nice little comment here, Sean. You're the real deal. Yep. Go listen to his music. Yep.
Rich, thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
It's true. It's absolutely true. I'm not going to fanboy over you anymore.
We got to stop.
Too much pressure on me. I don't know about this September show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Warrior Shield. Let's talk about what to expect. Sean and Chance, let's let everybody know, because that's what we're here to do, right? We're just going to try to pack that thing. Just have so many people come there. So give us a little bit, Sean, with your experience, and Chance, what we're going to expect.
So we've been keeping the same format for several years now with the Warrior Weekend, and that actually was the whole Warrior Weekend was gifted to me by John Tig Tigan. He used to host a Warrior Weekend out in Texas. And the whole premise of it is to be able to bring together warriors and allow them a chance to decompress and hang out and sit around the fire pit and just share stories and just reconnect with each other, right? You never really leave that. So it's nice to be able to get back, in the mix with those warriors. So the first night is the Hero Fest concert, and that's what it's about. Like I said when we were talking off camera or before we went live, is that the concert's never been about a money-making thing. That is the communion night. That is, there's no auctioning going on. There's no fanfare of anything. It's the music speaks for itself, right? I mean, we're going to get up. I'm going to do the introductions of each artist. I'm going to welcome everybody there. But the most part is to just allow people to network, to meet, to get new friendships going, right? And we've had people that aren't with us anymore, you know, that continue the friendships because of what we do. And there was last year or year before, I think it was a year before last, we had a gentleman there, and Ryan was singing one of his songs, and this guy just dropped down to his hands and knees in the middle of the concert floor and started crying. And you know, everybody just kind of gathered around him, you know, and hugged him, and it's a safe place. It's the environment to do that, right? To be able to let your hair down. So that is what we want for Warrior Weekend, for the Hero Fest concert especially. It's free for anybody that's active military, a veteran, or a first responder. So a hose dragger, you know, a cop, paramedic, EMT. You present proper ID at the door, you get in. We've got 5 bands. Right, 5 performers, I should say. The first one is a local Central Florida group out of Volusia County called Sound Forge. They're a 90s and 2000 rock band, so that's going to be a cover band. So that's going to be awesome. And then we've got Sean Holcomb coming up, and he's going to do not just 2 measly songs for us, and he can talk about
that's
awesome.
Awesome.
After Sean, you know, we've got up next is Natasha Owens, who you guys have had on before, right? And thanks to you, that's why she's at the concert. And then we'll have Ryan Weaver, and then American Idol runner-up Bo Bice is going to be headlining this year.
Wow. That's an amazing lineup. I mean, and all just amazing performers. I'm not familiar with the first group that's going up, but I look forward to, I mean, 90s, 2000s rock. Awesome. So I look forward to that as well. Sean, what is this? I guess in a way, when you met Chance and then you were there last year for a little bit, what did anything resonate with you? What does the event mean to you? What do the people mean to you? And, you know, how did that, you know, just make your decision that much easier to be like, yeah, I want to be on board?
Oh, just to be asked initially, I thought I had kind of an idea of what I was coming to, and then you know, when I started meeting folks and kind of got up there, I was still nervous. Did two songs, got off stage, and Chance, everyone there was so nice and just kind of brought me in, made me feel like I belonged there, and you know, Chance was gracious enough. He said, "Hey, come on back tomorrow if you want. Come on back and join us for the dinner and the you know, the auction. Just stay a part of this thing." And so I did, and that was, I think, you know, a little bit more. I mean, the night before the concert night was amazing, and getting to connect with Bo and Ryan, and Ryan did his song, his acoustic song, and then we were all up there together. I mean, it hit, and it honestly, it took me a good week to just kind of come down from it after that weekend. So you know, I don't care who you are. You walk in there for one night or the whole weekend, it's going to pull at you.
It's life changing. It's life changing.
Yeah. And you know, just to be invited to be a part of that, you know, I don't take that lightly at all. And I remember I bought an auction item, or I got an auction item during the silent auction, and it was a framed artwork of these dogs breaching a wall, and I picked that one to bid on because I just remember when Trump was talking about those beautiful dogs, you know. That was good. I was like, that's the one I want. And then after I got it, it just, something came over me, and I was like, all right, I did my part. And so it might have been your wife, Chance. I flagged her down and was like, hey, can I just leave this with y'all and you guys auction it off again? And she was like, well, yeah. I was like, all right. So I was like, I might bid on that again, you know, next year if it's still around. But you know, it just kind of hit me like, I need this is how it's supposed to go. And
yep.
Yeah, it's important.
I can tell you, we feel like family.
I didn't realize that actually about that, because everything comes full circle. So that painting, there was a collection of them, right, Sean? And you bid on the one at the breach with the dog going through the hole first, right?
Yep.
Ryan Weaver actually purchased those out of his own pocket and then donated them for the auction. So then another artist bid on it, won it, donated it back. So I mean, this is awesome, man. This is
that is cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it changed our lives, Jim. I think you can agree with that. When we first we talked to Ryan Weavers, who got us involved briefly.
Got us involved with Rich.
Yeah, got us involved with Rich, then introduced us to Chance, and then
Chance, you can blame Rich and Ryan.
Yeah, but that's right. You can blame them. And he said, "Come on down, do a show." Well, at that time, we'd never done a live broadcast. We've never, and it probably showed. But hopefully this year it'll be better. And we also have another group of podcasters from our network.
To the point, they're excited.
Right here,
they're coming down. They're going to
from
our network.
They're coming down to help us do podcasts down there. So we're all from the same network. And when we got there and I remember we're wandering around, we didn't know what we were doing. We're going around. We didn't meet anybody in person ever. And we get to the room where they're all kind of gathered and getting these goodie bags and just having a good time. And we got to meet Sarge. So, he handed us a bottle of rum right away. And we're like, we're home. And literally they literally just took us in like we were family, awesome. Immediately. And then from there, when you get to meet everybody, the Colonel Gadsdens and Tiggs and O'Brien, himself in person and everybody else there, and Bo and the whole gang, the whole Warrior Shield gang, it was life change. We're like, this is a forever thing for us. This is an every year. We're never not going to do this.
And we're both bringing family down.
Yeah. Now we're bringing bigger crowds.
Friends and family are coming with us. And it's exciting. I mean, it really is
an important aspect for, you hit it on the head. I mean, the family thing is exactly what I hoped when I created this whole thing, and started it all. Because, it started organically from a motorcycle club, right? I mean, we just wanted to become the soldiers for other 501c3s that are out there doing good work for our veterans and first responders. And it was during one of Tig's events. He had a foundation Beyond the Battlefield, and he came down and we were raising money for him. And it was during right after COVID, so people were still leery about getting out and doing stuff. And there were some attendees there who hadn't actually bought tickets, kind of like you all. You showed up, you really didn't know what it was. Neighbors of theirs had bought tickets. Couldn't go because one of them came down with COVID, so they gave tickets to their neighbors. They showed up. They happened to be entertainment attorneys that dealt with nonprofits and this and that and everything. And during the breakfast on the Sunday morning prior to departure, they said, "Hey, are you guys a 501c3?" We said, "No," and they said, "Well, we'd like to get you started, and we're going to write a check, and we're going to get this started for you." Wow. And I didn't want to, again, going back to what we were doing before, I wanted to keep that same format. There's you can pick up a handful of rocks and throw it and hit 100 different nonprofits out there, right? Correct. Some of them do really good things. Other ones take huge salaries to line their own pockets and don't really do what they, say they're doing. So one important thing to me to this day, since we started this, I think this is going to be our 10th year, is that nobody, myself, none of the foundation members takes one penny. We do this out of the goodness of our hearts, and we donate all that free time that we have, right, to put this together. And we have people that contact us and they say, "Hey, this is who we are, this is what we do, and would you host a Warrior Weekend?" So we take the time to vet them to make sure that the money that they're saying they're going to use is going to where it's supposed to do. And all we do is we build up these other nonprofits that are already providing good services that people might not know about. I mean, we've done wheelchairs, we've done K9s, we did the Sub-Zero last year, and this year we're doing Corporal Chad O Foundation, for post-traumatic stress. We've done boot campaign. Next year, we got it in the plans. We're doing a fundraiser for the Border Patrol agents, fallen Border Patrol agents, right?
Yeah.
So we next year, and Sean, just mark it down, brother. That's,
mark it down, September.
Yep, you got it.
Next year, it's on September 11th. That's cool.
Oh, it is
cool.
Oh,
wow.
And we always tried to do it as close as we can to 9/11, and for two reasons. One, I was working in the motorcycle industry after leaving LAPD. You know, I left after the whole Rodney King thing and started working in the motorcycle industry. And I was supposed to be leaving on an airplane on September 11, 2001 to go to Dallas, Texas to have a training seminar for Indian. And I heard, you know, like most of us, there's a plane struck the Trade Center, went in and sat down on my bed, and the second plane hit. And 3 days after that, I submitted an application, became, you know, one of the first 1,900 federal air marshals that were hired out of 880,000 applicants.
Wow.
So, you know, that tied in there. And then when I met the Benghazi survivors and they started becoming part of what we're doing, then that's the second 9/11. And Tig has been with us since day one that we started this. You know, Ryan's song Burn, you know, that was his song Burn was supposed to be in the movie, but Hollywood and Nashville couldn't quite get their jive.
Shocking. Shocking
really
news, right?
Shocking. Yep. It was really nice to see Chris Toronto and the guys come together, John Tigan get together and make that music video Burn, which is, you know, one of my favorite music videos.
It's my favorite song by Sean, by Ryan.
So
for sure.
You know, to bring people in like Sean and have him hear him say that he felt this and it's emotional to me. So, you know, this is what keeps me going. This is
your
really
baby. It's your baby. So
thank you for saying that, Sean. That's really good to hear, brother.
And I want to
he didn't set me up with a script beforehand. So this is
I want to play something here real quick. Folks, we're here for the warriorshield.org, and we're here because they help charities that help veterans, that help first responders. They're and 100% goes to whatever they're sponsoring. And this year, it's Corporal Chad O Foundation for PTSD for our first responders. Dale, I think now would be a great time if you want to play the video of the Warrior Shield weekend with Corporal Chad. And then I don't know, Sean, if you haven't seen this, but you're good. This is good.
We'll play that. It's a couple minutes. Tells you all about the weekend, about Warrior Shield, about who's going to be there, Sean included.
If it's $5,
we'll play that.
I mean,
just $1, $5 doesn't
anything
matter.
helps.
Anything helps. Showing up would be great too.
Yes.
So do that. It will change your life. So let's play that and we'll be right back, guys.
The Warrior Shield Foundation proudly presents Warrior Weekend, a 3-day event from September 5th through September 7th at the Rosen Center in beautiful Orlando, Florida, which honors and supports the Corporal Chad Eric Oleg Schlager Foundation for PTSD, raising awareness and resources for its vital mission to help our most valuable heroes, our veterans. This powerful weekend will feature live performances by country music recording artist Ryan Weaver.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone.
American Idol runner-up Bo Bice.
I'm tired of looking down roads, wondering what I gotta do, who I'm supposed to be. I don't wanna be anything other than me.
Christian contemporary and country artist Natasha Owens.
God and country strong, give me a cowboy who knows left from right from wrong.
Florida native and national recording artist Sean Holcomb.
You just watch your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. There's companies that are mad if you need.
In addition to all of the musical artists performing at the event, meet John Tig Tigan and Dave Boone Benton. Two true American heroes who stood their ground and defeated armed terrorists on September 11th, 2012 in Benghazi, Libya. Not only can you meet Tig and Boone, but you can spend the day at the range, shooting and learning from the best of the best. Another hero that you will not want to miss is Colonel Gregory Gadsden, an American actor and motivational speaker, and a retired colonel and former commander in the United States Army. Colonel Gadsden is also a bilateral, above-the-knee amputee who served in the Army for 25 years of active duty as a field artillery officer. Nowhere else will you be able to meet this all-star lineup while supporting our veterans and first responders. This is an event of a lifetime, and one you do not want to miss. Get your tickets now, online, at warriorshield.org, and support those who fought and sacrificed so much for all of us.
Yep.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm telling you, and if you go there, the amount of laughs and tears and crying, and from both laughter and just pure heart wrenching moments, it eats you up. It comes to mind real quick, Colonel Gadsden getting on stage last year and telling his story about how he became a double amputee, about his journey. I was like, you could hear a pin drop in that joint, right?
Yeah.
It's truly just mesmerizing.
With you guys real quick.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So if you can all see this right here, it says, "Thanks a guac."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
See that?
Yeah.
Right.
See that.
So
Okay.
this is from young David Sheeling. It says, "Dear Chance, thank you this is from his mom, wrote this. Dear Chance, thank you very much for a wonderful evening at Warrior Weekend this year. As usual, we had a fantastic time. It was an honor to be surrounded by so many heroes and excellent role models. Y'all are the best." So if you remember, this is young David here.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep, sure do.
This is another picture of young David. So the story behind David, because we don't get a lot of time to share this every year with everybody that shows up, but David's mom reached out to me. She social media saw something, got on our website. She looked and she contacted me. And young David has had, I think, 8 reconstructive facial surgeries in his lifetime, and it gets me emotional. So she said, all he wants to do is grow up to be a Navy SEAL. That's what he wants to be. But he is so small, and he is picked on and bullied by all the other kids. And I took the time, I contacted some Navy SEAL friends of mine and some another friend of mine that I was in the service with, who is was a Delta operator, and we got him on the phone, and they talked to him and said, this does not define who you are and what have you. Anyway, he came to our first event, and we recognized him, and somebody bid, and he got to go out on the gator hunt, which is what Stark Gratitude does on Sunday, airboat gator hunts. Last year he was able to somebody bid and won on a race package with Colette Davis Racing. And I think they're actually out this weekend, and he's getting to go visit Colette Davis Racing facility and take him out on the track. And I gotta say something about Colette. She's making, man. She has her own Hot Wheels car now. She was showing that on social media. She got her very own Hot Wheels car. So
that's when you made it.
That's this. I mean, Warriors come in all shapes and sizes, right?
Sure do.
I mean, we think about them being the guys that strap on the flak vests and deploy or carry a hose into a burning building or put a gun belt on every day. But little David has fought his entire life, and it's honoring that we're having an impact on a young man like this.
Amazing.
And that's something else we want to bring young people in, because Americans have short-term memory loss, right? They
sure do.
All they know is inconvenience, right? I mean, 9/11, why do I have to constantly be shown that? Why are they showing this on the air? Well, it's written on the fence in Dachau, Germany, right? Those who forget the past are doomed to repeat it. And you may be inconvenienced when carrying on a certain quantity of liquids on an airplane, or having to take your shoes off. But you know what? I was an air marshal during that whole time, when we were getting intel from the sandbox, right, about them trying to bring in inert objects that could be assembled on the airplane to bring down an airplane. Richard Reed and the shoe bombing, the underwear bomber, all these things. We're always reactive to everything that happens here. And for me, I don't really care. If I need to be inconvenienced a little bit to ensure the safety of my family when I'm traveling, I mean, you want to see security, go to Israel, right? Go to Israel to deal with there. So, you know what? Stop your whining, stop your bitching, stop your moaning, because your life ain't that bad,
Yeah, they don't care about profiling over there, do they?
Yep. Correct. That story alone, thank you for sharing that, because I did not even know that last year when we met David, or he was up on stage and all that. Yeah. We didn't know that story, but that's incredible. That
really is.
Yeah, you're spot on when you say that. You think about the guys fighting and all that, and law enforcement. I mean, they're all part of that whole group.
Yes,
but
sir.
the impact you have on you never know the impact you're going to have on people. That's the thing. No. And Warrior Shield has that impact, and they have the people that run it, the organization in general, each and every one of you, selfless, amazing humans, not just patriots, humans in general. And that's what makes that all work. And then you bring in people like Sean, just an incredible person, just a genuine human being who cares and does right from wrong and knows what needs to be done. That's what actually makes this whole thing work.
Well, listen, you got
the fact that we get to meet everybody.
Yeah, you got people like you guys, Jim and Dale. I mean, you guys got the talent and a platform that is growing constantly, and you're being able to put this message out to bring people in, so we can touch more lives. So I can't thank you enough for that.
Pleasure.
Oh my God, it's an honor. It's our honor. I mean, we knew it last year when we met y'all. We're like, we are absolutely honored to be a part of this.
And we were right away, Sean, you saw it last year. You felt it right away. You're accepted. And it's we still talk to Paige, from Canada.
Yeah. I mean, there are people we met that just literally we have
Chance
conversations with.
If you can you tell us a little bit about the Chatto, the foundation that this whole event is for? Tell a little bit. Dale's got a little video at the end to play about him, and if there'll be no dry eyes after this. It is his mother watched it twice, and watching her in the corner down here, we can see her and we tear up. And Chance, please tell us a little bit about that. So
the video explains it much better that because you guys put this together, and it's really awesome. But just in a nutshell, it's unfortunately not a story that isn't heard often, because it plays out all the time. I mean, 22 a day, if not more. I mean, that was the last figure they got. 22 veterans a day take their lives. And there's many reasons for it. But primarily with Chad is that this is a kid that came back, and he had his issues, and it's you reach out for help, and you go to where you think as a veteran you should be able to go get help to the VA. The problem with the VA is, or used to be, it's gotten much better, is that all they want to do is over medicate you, And if you finally do meet with a good counselor, and I experienced this myself as well, dealing with my issues, which there are many. Just ask my wife; she'll tell you. But it's true. If you finally connect with a counselor, and they're a good counselor, and you just you fillet yourself, and you just lay it all out there, and you're telling your story, and the next thing you know, this counselor moves on to private practice, or he's got his student loans paid off because he did his quote unquote service with the VA, and now he's gone. Now you're assigned another counselor, and you got to start the entire process over again, and you just give up on it. So basically, Chad was just another wheel, another spoke in that wheel that came loose, and unfortunately, he took his own life, and it's unfortunate, and it's this one foundation is going to help so many people now, and these are alternative methods to healing.
Yes.
And it works. You know, there's so many things out there. Everything from low level dosage LSD, you know, which helps reconnect the nerve pathways, you know, in the brain. They get disconnected from traumatic brain injury, right? I mean, helps regrow those pathways to THC, to CBD, equestrian therapy, warrior weekends.
Yes.
It is really amazing. And there's a story that Ryan will share with you know, as we gather around a campfire one night with a good bottle of rum or whatever it is floats your boat.
Bourbon.
We had a young man come to one of our warrior weekends who he was like 23 years old, Purple Heart recipient, blown up by an RPG, traumatic brain injury, stuttered horrifically, right? He was going to come up and he was going to speak about the help that TIG had provided to him through Beyond the Battlefield. And he was really important to him that he got up and speak, but he couldn't carry a couple of sentences without stuttering horrifically. And as I'm up and we're talking, I saw him, you know, rocking back and forth, and he's reading his notes. And I went up to him. I said, "Brother, you don't have to do this." He goes, "No, it's real important to me that I do this." Right. And he did. Wasn't a dry left in the house. But when we got him out of that quote unquote civilization, right, the hotel, all the cars and everything like that, and we got him out on the waterway with you know, the gator hunt, right, with stark gratitude. I filmed the two of us sitting on the bow of that boat having a cocktail as the sun went down behind us, and he was carrying on a conversation with me just as clear as the four of us here right now. Not a single stutter came out of his mouth.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow. This is impactful. And you guys should play the video so they can see exactly what Corporal Chad.
Yeah, let's play that a little bit about Corporal Chad Foundation. We'll play that. We'll be right back. You guys got time, right? You guys good? Or
yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Don't. Yeah. Be right back.
Corporal Chad Oligschlager served his country with honor, courage, and unwavering dedication to his fellow Marines. But like so many of our brave servicemen and women, Chad faced an unseen battle, one that tragically took his life. His story is not unique, and that's why the Corporal Chad Oligschlager Foundation was created, to ensure that no veteran suffers in silence. Our mission is clear: to raise awareness about the mental health crisis among veterans, provide access to life-saving resources, and offer direct support to those who have sacrificed so much for our freedom. From peer mentorship programs to crisis intervention to treatment without harmful medications, the Corporal Chad Foundation is committed to making a difference, because every veteran deserves hope, healing, and the chance to live a fulfilling life. Our heroes fought for us. Now it's time for us to fight for them. Join the mission, donate, and get involved, because together we can save lives. Visit cplchado.org today and stand with those who stood for us.
Chad Oligschlager, all he wanted to do was be a Marine. That's all he wanted.
And they told him he couldn't, right? They told him he couldn't, and he did.
He did it anyways. And all he did was serve his country, fight for his country, battled through, had obviously his demons, PTSD, wasn't listened to, was over-medicated, and at the age of 22, I think he was, took his own life. Was days in his barracks before anybody even noticed that he took his own life. That is also another issue. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And the fact that, and we can thank also Steve Cleverly, who is the Sergeant of Arms for Warrior Shield Foundation, for bringing that to the Warrior Shield's attention, and all that. And it's really near and dear to his heart. That's for sure. And that's all he did. And so the people, what they do, Corporal Chad O, is they put him up with counselors who use non-medication. Tanya Glenn, an associate, she's been on the show before. So she's incredible. Cool. She's top notch. Yep, she's cool as hell, and she does this therapy. It's light therapy, and no medication, and they really dig deep, and they've saved so many people. So this organization and this event, the Warrior Shield, Hero Fest, and the weekend itself, all the proceeds go to Corporal Chad O. You can donate to Corporal Chad O directly if you want, or warriorshield.org, because it's all going to them at the end of the day to begin with.
100%. 100% of the proceeds go, I mean, people got to understand, and Sean, you're in the business, and Jim and Dale, you got gray matter between years. You know that, I mean, the production company needs to get paid for putting on the lights and producing the sound. And I never ask anybody to come and, do anything no, that's a lie. I ask a lot of people to come and do stuff for free. Sometimes I get the door slammed in my face, but sometimes people really have that goodness of their heart that say, you know what, I've been blessed in my life and I'm going to give back. So, 100% of the proceeds go, after we pay the production and the performers and pay for the meals that you're going to eat there. Speaking of which, the Rosen Center puts on beautiful bread. This year, you choice. You're getting a double entree. You're getting the beef and you're getting the chicken on one plate. So
I know it's nice. It's going to be. It was tough to decide. Go on, Sean.
Go ahead, Sean.
I don't know how it works, but like, would you guys, if I was to offer like a storyteller home show kind of thing as an auction item, you think that would be something?
Heck yes,
we could do.
This kid right here is going to bid on that for sure.
No, but I'd like to throw a couple hours. I'll come to wherever and play show for whoever and their friends, and I'd like to throw that up there as a
dang good.
It's going on the website tomorrow, Sean.
Okay.
That's $1 million right there. That's $1 million right there.
That's great.
We got $1 million bid from Jim. Let me write that down.
Well, you take layaway?
$1 a day for the rest of your life, brother.
We'll take a check from him. Trust me.
Sean, bless you.
That is fantastic.
Thank you for that, Sean.
Phenomenal.
That's incredible. That's incredible. See,
I mean, this is
Sean, we get it live right here.
Sean, you got a concert coming up again where I first met you at the Dr. Philip Performing Arts Judson Live, don't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, June 1st. I'm doing two shows in one night. So we're doing it's a Sunday. I think we're doing 5 p.m. and then 7 or 7:30. I got to double check. But Sunday, June 1st, we'll be doing 2. And
but you're busy in between. Let me tell you that. Looking at your website and seeing where you're going, and there's a. I want to go to the May 17th one. It's the 40th anniversary Boots and Bourbon Party. I don't know where.
Come on, down to Orlando. Yeah.
Yep. When?
May 17th. May 17th coming up.
Dale. I really think Dale and I, the one thing that we noticed about when we were there last year, the water is very potent.
Very potent in Orlando.
The bourbon was flowing quite well.
There's a lot of brand water here, brother. A lot of brand water.
There is. Sean, tell us about your upcoming gigs and what you're doing, and again, how people can reach you and go see you. And is most of the stuff you're doing in Florida currently? And I asked that because we talked a little bit about Nashville earlier, and how that works. And we know the industry, and we know, let's be honest, the liberal views of the industry. We're trying not to make this a partisan issue, but I mean, let's be honest, it truly is. What is your what's your experience with Nashville, and where can people see it coming up here?
Nashville, I think it's all what you make of it kind of thing, but it is still very much a who you know still kind of that good old boy mentality. Where I kind of figured the more people I knew, then the better my odds were of getting in, closer to a seat at the table or just getting in the same parking lot. But no, it's I think for what I want to write and say, and I don't pretend to be something I'm not, so I don't write about what I don't know. And up there, just kind of, if you want to get any traction with anything, you have to write with someone who's going to usually kind of turn the song in a direction that is, and I hate to say it, but like AI is a thing now.
Yep.
And all of a sudden after AI comes out, you've got people announcing 37 song records and 38 song records back to back coming out, and it just, in one of the songs, I'm not going to name names, Morgan Wallen, he's got a song. He's got a song on his 37 song record that had 9 songwriters on it.
Oh my God!
Wow!
And and so it's just it's a machine just kind of cranking out just
garbage.
Yeah, it's just dumb.
Garbage.
Doesn't mean anything to anybody. And if it takes 9 guys to write a song about whatever it is in Miami, then it's we're probably getting off course. So the nice thing about being in Florida, my parents are born and raised here. I was born and raised here. Is I happen to be lucky enough, and I don't want to be too specific, but I ended up in Volusia County when COVID hit, and thanks to some of these, East Coast towns like New Smyrna Beach, Ponce Inlet, there was venues out there that were still open, and like they told Daytona, listen, you guys can't do Bike Week. And Daytona was like, well, we're still doing Bike Week.
We're doing Bike Week.
Yeah. And so my friends in Nashville, even my friends in Orange County, Orlando, couldn't work, but Nashville definitely not. And these little beach towns kind of kept me alive for a couple of years. So I guess the long story short, the goal, of getting out there is, as an independent artist, it's tough. And every time I go to Nashville, I don't make a dime. I come back
broke,
with an empty wallet, trying to figure out. Yeah, for sure. But it's nothing bad about it. It's just what it is, at the level I'm at. So I've got a lot of good friends up there and made some good connections. And a lot of my buddies that were up there have all left and left their publishing deals, and they're kind of do what I'm doing. And I think the business plan as an independent artist is just to slowly grow your follower base and just don't screw it up and don't lose them. And like I said, this new record that's going to come out, I think, is going to help. But last year I went out with a buddy on the road for a month. We went out to Austin, did South by Southwest, the whole Southeast, Oklahoma, Memphis, back, and then all back down the Southeast. So it was a great run. Made a lot of friends, and so I try to get those runs in there, once or twice a year. And
you ever get up to the Panhandle at all?
Yeah, man. There, Panama City Beach. Last time I was up there, I played a whole week at a place called the Salty Goat Saloon. Yeah. And that was a great spot. I've done some stuff up there in Seaside and BMI. I got invited to do a Treasure Coast Songwriter Festival at the end of May, and there's some really big writers on there. Wind Barbel's on that. So that's an honor to be, kind of invited into something when I'm not up in Nashville, technically a member of the club. Yeah. But, it's just a grind. It's just, just follow it. It's and obviously keeping my website up to date will help. I'll work on that.
Well, I mean, it is technically, it's, you could see where you're going. It's not behind the times, but you got to add more venue, more of your schedule on there, especially September 5th through the 7th.
And I think I know the
needs to be on there.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Do you come up to Indiana at all?
What?
Man, I will. By God. We
bid high enough, you will.
Rich wants to thank you for your auction item, and he wants to know if you come to Ohio.
I sure will. Absolutely.
Yeah, the bid's high enough, Rich.
It's funny, Jim, you're asking that, and Sean asked, and Rich asking about Ohio, because the production company that works with Bo, Victory Productions, they're kind of a nationwide, and they Bo was supposed to have come on, and he's out of town doing his performances and what have you. But we kind of hinted at the idea, and it's not out of the question yet. We merged with the Legion of St. Michael Law Enforcement Motorcycle Club, which is an international motorcycle club, which is all across the United States and overseas as well. And we talked about doing some, Take a Warrior Hero Fest concert, Warrior Weekend on the road, just doing one-day events. And to pull together Bo Bice, Sean Holcomb, and Ryan Weaver to do that would be just awesome. And since Victory Productions has production capabilities all through the United States, that's something we're definitely working on. Now, Rich is probably going, oh my God.
Oh, I could hear
it's
it.
All right.
I can hear Rich now.
Okay.
Yeah. Panic in his eyes.
But this is something that, we do it in Orlando for a good reason, right? It's because we've got Orlando International Airport there. It's at the time of year we do it. It means something to us in the foundation, especially me and the Benghazi survivors, and to our 9/11 folks that attend, from 9/11 2001. But it's also a great time of year because occupancy is usually lower in the Orlando area. Flights are cheaper, and it's real easy. If we were going to do something to Daytona, which we have done. A gig at, it used to be Bruce Rossmeyer's Destination Daytona, right? Off of 95. We did an event there. It just costs more for attendees, right?
It does.
And Orlando seems like it's a great place because people can come and they can spend a week, right? They can do Disney, they can do Universal Studios. They got iDrive, which is where the Rosen Center is. Harris, God rest his soul, Harris Rosen just passed away. He always worked hand in hand with us, and his love for first responders and veterans. He always provided us great facilities there, and he will continue to do that for us. With his staff that carries on his legacy of Rosen Hotel chain. But we would love to take this on the road because we only touched such a small portion just that one weekend. So when I finally do decide to retire. We'll do it, and I think Sean, you're on board to do some stuff across the country, right?
And I would like to take some vacation time to follow that along. That would be awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, Sean, we're going to have the money because Jim just bought your 2-hour
$1 million. $1 million. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim, for funding the tour. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's right. That sucks. Y'all are so honest. And
just
that actually
ask me before you cash the check. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
Listen, all of you.
Rich
I do want to play.
I
have
Chance.
I've got
it's all good. Just tell them who to pay.
Yeah. Yep. I want to, if you haven't heard Sean sing before, if you haven't heard it, I have a little thing here I want to play that just give you kind of an idea of what you're going to be running into when you come down there and you meet and get to listen to him finally. Anyways, listen to this. We'll be right back to wrap this all up.
Here we are, old friend. How long has it been? The years have done you well. Where'd all our time go? Why'd I move so slow? Always standing still. If I had my way, I'd go back to that day. This is what I'd say. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make them your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. ever let me let you leave. Tell me if I got one last shot. Would you like to dance? Let's not take it slow. I know we both know. Here's our second chance. If I have my way, I'll tell you every day. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make them your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. Oh, don't you let the first thing that you wake up to see be anyone else in this whole world but me. Baby, don't you ever let me let you leave. I'm praying for a sign. Let me know you will let me make you mine. Don't you take one more step without taking my hand. Don't you let someone else make you make them your man. Don't you give away your heart ever again. Baby, baby, don't you let the first thing that you wake up to see be anyone else in this whole world but me. Baby, don't you ever let me let you leave. Oh no, let me let you leave.
Incredible.
Got some
Absolutely.
comments, Sean.
I didn't know y'all were going to do that.
From Sharon.
I know.
Awesome voice.
Thank you.
And
Thank
Rich, like I said, he is not wrong. You are the real deal.
Yeah.
And Truthful Troll
Mhm.
likes your shoulder length hair better.
you. That's great.
And Mini Ball, thank you for watching. Mini Ball,
Yeah.
one simple word. Wonderful.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, and now that we know it took 5 years to write that song.
Yeah.
5 years and 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
But folks,
Minutes,
just
exactly.
imagine
Yeah.
a whole set
Mhm.
of that voice.
Of just
singing.
that and even
It's just,
more.
you will not be disappointed. We cannot
Hey,
stress
I know we got to wrap this up real quick, but
Yeah.
Sean, I needed to ask one question. Your fiddle player, how did you
Mhm.
come? How did that all come about, man?
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, so yeah, when everyone comes to Warrior Weekend in September, you'll see me. I'm gonna have my guitar. I'm gonna tell you all the stories, the songs, but I'm gonna have this guy who looks like a pro wrestler wearing a headband.
So he's
playing.
going to be there this year.
He will be there. I'm dragging him.
Awesome.
Yes,
Yep.
and
Nice.
he's excited. But yeah, John. So when my brother left to join the Navy, it was right after the Chris Kyle book came out.
Mhm.
And my brother, he got the audiobook. He was still working for Publix at the time.
Yeah.
And he just felt this calling. And we were kind of picking up steam as the Holcomb brothers and building up, we were going to make a record. And Aaron was just like, I'm joining the Navy. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, I think I'm going to join the Navy. And he went in. He ended up going through basic, went through, long story short, went into EOD. He drowned a couple times, and then they told him, listen, man, we get it, you're serious, and they put him into crypto. And so he's been up there doing the Lord's work out of Fort Meade. But anyways, yeah, when he was in the DEP program, the late entry program, he was spent a lot of time in the pool and training with these guys. And this man showed up at one of our shows, and he's like, I play violin. I was like, cool. He's like, well, if y'all ever need a violin player, I was like, all right. So I called him up and I said, hey man, you want to play with us? He goes, yeah. I said, he goes, when? I said, tomorrow. He goes, okay. He goes, well, what are we doing? I was like, it's a big block party for St. Patrick's Day in downtown Orlando. It's like a 6-hour set with breaks. And we never rehearsed. And so John just showed up with his violin, played with us. And then shortly thereafter, Aaron went into basic, and the rest was history. And that was 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
St. Patrick's Day was 10 years.
You got to imagine when this guy who really does look like a WWE wrestler, the guy's huge. I mean, I play the violin. I mean, what?
Never saw that coming. Yeah.
Man, never saw that coming.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow. Great story. Great story.
Yeah,
well, listen, both of you, the time you've given, the work you guys both do, it truly is an honor for us to know you and call you friends.
Absolutely.
We absolutely are blessed to know that and be a part of it all. We want everybody to go to warriorshield.org, buy your tickets or donate now. Doesn't matter. Don't wait. Do it now. You're going to see auction items that are going to be up there for bid. They're coming up. Please place a bid. They'll have silent auction items. And even better, when you're there, the auction items that are on display that you get to bid on, incredible, absolutely incredible stuff. Yeah. I won some last year. Jim was unable to win any, but it looks not like he's got his $1 million bid on for Sean. I think he's going to, that might hold up. I don't know. He's probably worth more than $1 million. That's for sure.
That check is backed by the Goodyear company, right?
It is.
I've got to get a hold of them.
Hey, tell all your listeners, guys, and everybody that's listening out there, if you got first responder friends, you got doctors, nurses, EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, cops, military, veterans, you tell them. They come to the door, they show their ID. I don't care. They bring their DD-214, come dressed in your medical scrubs. I don't care. You come on in, you are going to be touched. Your lives will be changed. You get to meet Sean and a bunch of other really, really dedicated people that are into this for the right reasons. So do yourself a favor. Come on out to Hero Fest concert September 5th. Stay for the whole freaking weekend, please.
Yes.
It is awesome.
It's worth it.
Dale, Jim, thank you for having me on again. And Sean, thank you so much, man, for becoming part of our family. Love you, brother. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're coming on again in May when we have this, right?
Yeah.
Chance, I mean,
Chance,
gonna come on.
Yeah.
Natasha's up next. So.
Yeah.
Natasha's up in May. Oh, I've never actually met or talked with Tasha, so I'm looking forward to it.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah, you won't be disappointed. I mean,
no
I don't
offense,
know,
Sean,
if you've ever had the
she's better looking.
No
offense.
Hey, I'll tune in.
I don't know whose hair is longer though, Natasha's or Sean.
Well, you got close. That right. It's pretty close. We'll have a hair contest.
If you've ever heard, Sean, if you get a chance, go out and YouTube and listen to her national anthem.
Yeah.
I heard.
It's
absolutely between her and Bo Bice singing the national anthem.
Had to split that this year, so we're gonna have Bo Bice do the national anthem for the concert, and we're gonna have Natasha do the national anthem for the gala.
Wow!
Can't beat it.
Cannot beat it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I so am looking forward to it. I don't like rushing my life away, but I can't wait till September. To be honest with you, I
got to get a wedding done first in between.
She does. Yeah.
Good luck.
Son's getting married. Who was a law enforcement officer, by the way.
Huh?
Is it your wedding, Jim?
Oh no.
Oh,
if I'm afraid to get my wedding vows renewed because I'm afraid my wife will say no this time. It's my son.
That's all married, true for all of us.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be big.
And both Dale and I both have law enforcement.
Hey,
if you're, I'm just saying, if you're looking for a wedding singer,
that's what I was thinking when I'm hearing that song. I'm like, is there any possible way?
Are you talking about you, Chance, or Sean?
No, I'm talking about this guy over here.
I think he already bid on one, so we're good.
He did,
Well, I tell you
So
what,
that
if I
covers
bid $1
wedding,
million,
too. That's good.
you better come to my house and sing to me
You
every
got
morning.
it. You got it.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'll mow your lawn, probably. Yeah, wash your cars.
For $1 million, Jim will be in the bathroom brushing his teeth. Sean comes out.
Here we are.
Jesus Christ!
Really? That's awesome. Well, thank you both
guys.
again.
You're awesome.
We can't
Both
wait.
of you.
Sean, thank you for your time again.
Thank you
coming
both
on.
so much for having me. Thank you,
Oh, no,
Chance.
it's an
Thank you
honor,
all.
man. This is
Thank you,
great.
man.
Chance,
Love
as
you all.
always, my friend, thank you for
And
coming back
Sean,
on. We'll see you.
Sean, real quick, if any time during this time, if you have something to announce, like if you want to introduce a song or anything else, you would know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah.
It's
Invites
anytime you
open,
want to come on.
always.
Anytime.
very
It's an
much.
open invitation.
Yep.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Chance,
I'll-
we have to
I'll
ask
take
you.
you up.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys both again. You both have a great evening. We can't wait till September. Again, go to warriorshield.org, buy your tickets or donate. And please go to SeanHolcomb.com and check out his music. If you can find it on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere out there. Videos are out there available. You won't be disappointed. You got a little, taste of what it is he does. And yes, the Warrior Weekend, super important.
Just kidding, Sean. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Chance, we love
All
you
right.
too. So
Yep. See you
Yeah.
guys
See y'all
later.
soon.
All right.
take
We're going
care.
to
God
remove you.
bless.
We're going to finish, close it up here, and we'll talk to you guys soon. All right.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you all. Appreciate you. Bye. All right, guys, listen, that's what it's all about. And you saw him and the camaraderie. I mean, the fact that Sean was like, I bid on an item and then I just compelled to give it back. I mean,
that was great. I didn't know. Didn't know
I
that.
didn't know
was
that
great.
either.
Yeah.
There's all these stories I didn't know down there. And it's been absolutely incredible. So they're just good human beings. And Sean is a welcome addition to that family. That's for sure. I
mean, when you had
Sean
getting to do his full set and then bringing Natasha in, and then you already have Bo and Ryan.
I mean it's going to be a killer evening.
$50
for the concert, for the night of the concert. $50
for the concert. Yeah.
Well, you're never going to get where else are you going to find you
Right.
can't. You absolutely can't. So hell, McDonald's for a family of four cost you that. Honestly.
And like Rich said up here, Rich made a comment up here later. It said, it's up there somewhere, but it said, yep, right here. Yeah. Plus, they get to see
Jim dance. Win-win.
I mean, come on.
But
seriously, folks,
right.
it's a family atmosphere. You get to meet the likes of Karen Bingham, and the Corporal Chatto, his mother, is one of the most wonderful people
whole group.
you
Tanya
will
Glenn
ever
will be there.
And,
just the people doing the right thing. So we appreciate you all for tuning in again. Thank you for joining us again on a Wednesday evening. We will be doing another one. And again, Natasha Owens will be our next guest with either Chance or Rich. I'm not sure when you said Chance, because I didn't know if Rich was coming on. He might be coming on too.
We can have them both. We can have them both. We can have 5.
But either one or both will be here with Natasha. We'll announce that date as it gets closer. But absolutely phenomenal show. Thank you all for tuning in. Please like, share, follow, get the word out about Warrior Shield, if you would, please. And also Sean and all the other artists and the organization. It's just that important. Jim, anything else to add before
like we've been saying, folks?
Thank you for your comments, everybody, too. We appreciate it.
Mini Ball, great to see you.
Yeah,
Mama
Truthful. There's a lot on there. We didn't get to yours.
Mama Bear joined us tonight. Thank you. And as usual, Truth for Troll. Thank you for your comments.
His comments. They kill me. I love it.
So, but
Jim,
folks, just $1, $2. I mean, just anything helps. It truly does. This is a great cause, and these are great people. And God bless.
100% goes to the organization itself and who they're sponsoring. Nothing. They take not a penny. Just remember that when you're looking for people to donate to, remember and research who you're donating to. These are the right people.
Very important.
There's no doubt about it. Jim, thank you again for your evening, spending your evening with us. And folks, have a good weekend. We will be back Monday.
See you Monday.
All right. Talk to you later, Jim.
Goodbye.
Bye.